What if the money advice you trust is quietly making you poorer? People tell you to save more. They tell you to spend less. They tell you to buy a house because rent is dead money. They tell you to avoid stocks because they are too risky. They tell you to work harder and hope for the best. And most of that advice sounds responsible. That is exactly why it is so dangerous. The world changed, but most money advice stayed frozen in the past. That means millions of people are following rules that no longer work. If you click away now, you may keep obeying broken advice forever, and that can cost you years of progress. In this video, I will give you 3 exact frameworks from this book. You will learn why some classic money rules are outdated. You will understand why cutting spending is not the main path to wealth. You will see why property, stocks, and inflation need a new lens. By the end, you will stop thinking like a scared beginner. You will see money more clearly, and you will understand how to build wealth in the modern era. This is not about trendy hacks. It is about replacing myths with actual strategy. The book we are breaking down today is 7 Myths About Money. It was written by Rob Dix. He is a British investor, entrepreneur, and property expert. He also hosts the Property Podcast. Why should you listen to him? Because he has spent years studying money, investing, and financial behavior. He is not selling fantasy. He is trying to challenge common ideas that feel safe but fail in real life. The book argues that mainstream money advice has not kept up with the modern world. That is the core tension here. Old rules, new economy, very different outcomes. The first major idea is that saving alone will not make you rich. This is the myth most people grow up hearing. Spend less, save more, repeat forever. But Dix says that is not enough anymore. Why? Because inflation eats your cash, and because your earning power matters more than tiny expense cuts. That does not mean spending wildly. It means the biggest wealth gains usually come from better income, better assets, and better timing. My honest take? This is a very useful correction. People love to obsess over coffee and subscriptions, but those are often small leaks. The real game is bigger. That shift in focus can change everything. The second major idea is that property is not automatically a safe investment. That one hits hard. For years, people were told buying a home is always smart. Dix challenges that. A house can be a good asset, but it can also be expensive, illiquid, and emotionally overvalued. If you buy for the wrong reasons, you may trap yourself. You may take on too much debt. You may ignore maintenance, taxes, and opportunity cost. You may confuse pride with return. That is the trap. The book wants you to judge housing like an investor, not a romantic. That matters because a home is not just shelter. It is also a financial decision. And financial decisions need cold logic. The third major idea is that stocks are not the enemy. A lot of people avoid equities because they feel dangerous. Dix argues that avoiding them can be more dangerous over the long run. Why? Because inflation quietly destroys cash, and because productive companies are one of the few ways to grow real wealth. But he is not saying gamble more, he is saying understand risk properly, diversify, think long term, stop reacting emotionally to every market move. That is the real lesson. Not buy random stocks, not be a genius. Just stop being overly scared of the asset class that has historically helped build wealth. That is a strong message for a lot of beginners. The best thing about this book is its clarity. It attacks common money myths without sounding overly academic. It is practical, it is direct, and it is easy to apply. The flaw? Some of the ideas may feel familiar if you already read a lot about money. It is not a radical, technical investment manual. It is more of a myth-busting reset. Who is this book for? If you are confused by modern money advice, read it. If you want a practical guide to wealth without jargon, read it. If you want to challenge old beliefs about saving, property, and investing, read it. Here are 3 zero-cost steps to take tomorrow. Step 1. Write down one money myth you still believe. Ask whether it still works in today's economy. Step 2. Review your biggest financial decision. Was it based on logic, fear, or habit? Step 3. Choose one area where you can think more like an investor. That could be income, housing, or long-term assets. If you want the free PDF summary, check the description. If this video helped, buy me a coffee and subscribe.